Hello, Aries. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot, and these are your predictions for the month of June 2025. I've set the intention of this reading to be for Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. If you're not sure what your placements are, in the description box is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. Take a look at that site, and then just come back here and watch the video for the June 2025 predictions. All of the signs should have their videos up no later than Thursday or Friday of this week. Keep in mind, Aries, this is a collective general reading. It is not individualized nor personalized to you, and therefore messages may come through today that do not fully resonate. And if that happens, don't get upset. It just means that that one message is intended for someone else watching. So just take what fits, how it fits, and leave what doesn't. And of course, if you would like a one-on-one live Zoom tarot reading with yours truly, please visit my website, thetimelinetarot.com, for more information. With all of that said, let's begin. Tapping into the Aries collective now for June 2025 for Aries Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What do they need to know for June 2025? Let's get one more shuffle here. Thank you. In the heart of your spread, Aries, we have the Eight of Cups. In the top row, we have the King of Cups, followed by the Queen of Cups. Oh, dynamic duo there. And the King of Swords. Flanking your Eight of Cups is the High Priestess. And on the other side, we have the Eight of Wands. In the bottom row, we have the Three of Pentacles. We have the Wheel of Fortune. And we have the Nine of Wands. Bottom of the deck, a little further out, we're going to take a little sneak peek into the month of July. You have the Page of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Eight of Swords. That leaves the Two of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, and Knight of Cups there at the bottom of the deck. Oh, to the Fool card. So this is a little further out even. So if we consider this June and that's July, then we're looking at August for you to actually be on an entirely new life path, or between now and then, you'll be making a monumental decision in your life, which will change the trajectory of your life. So a little timeline jumping there for the Aries collective. I'm going to clarify these cards with the After Tarot deck. The cards in this deck have a slightly different meaning than the original Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot deck that we've all come to know and love. So as we move through your reading, I'll explain the meaning of these particular cards for you so you understand them. All right, let's begin to clarify these cards for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. We are clarifying the King of Cups, the Queen of Cups, the King of Swords, the High Priestess, the Eight of Cups, the Eight of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Nine of Wands. It does look like you are having to make a decision between two, and I don't know what that is for you, but I see in the heart of your spread this decision of, if I move towards the new, then I need to leave something behind. Tell me a little bit more about this for Aries. What do they need to know? One more shuffle here. Thank you. The King of Cups is being clarified by the Seven of Cups. The Queen of Cups is being clarified by the Five of Wands. The King of Swords is being clarified by the Hierophant. The High Priestess is being clarified by the Seven of Wands. The Eight of Cups is being clarified by Death. I knew it. Big transformation here. Eight of Wands clarified by the Hangman. The Three of Pentacles clarified by the World. If we get that Fool card, the Wheel of Fortune clarified by the Two of Swords, and the Nine of Wands is clarified by the Four of Pentacles, which in the After Tarot deck is like Four of Pentacles / Death card. So again, I'll give you that message when we get there. Bottom of the deck, again, looking out now into the month of June, you have the Ten of Wands, you have the Queen of Swords, and you have the King of Pentacles. That leaves the, I knew it, Ten of Swords, King of Cups here, and Five of Cups. Five of Cups to Two of Wands, which is also very different in this deck. So yeah, looking out into August, you're definitely on an entirely new path here. So let's begin to clarify this message. In the heart of your spread is the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups in traditional Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot deck is leaving behind a situation, environment, or connection that is no longer emotionally fulfilling. This is being clarified in the After Tarot deck by the Death card. Now, in the original Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot deck, the Death card signifies death is coming. Death in Tarot talks about a transformation, rebirth energy. In the After Tarot deck, the transformation or rebirth has already occurred. Death has already arrived. It's well on its way now to its next situation, environment, or connection that it'll be radically changing. So we see you emotionally disconnecting from a situation, environment, or connection, and then making the definitive decision to leave it once and for all. So it's almost like the emotional disconnection is happening first for you, or at least the feeling of this no longer emotionally fulfills me is happening first for you. So once there's that initial emotional disconnection, then we see you moving forward with radically changing that. So this could be a career change, ending a connection, ending one connection for another. For others of you, maybe you're single and you're entering the dating pool, but there is something monumental in your life that just no longer emotionally pleases you, and it looks like you are walking away from it, or at least you're making the decision to walk away from it in the month of June. So this top row is kind of like the first third of the month. This middle portion row is just that, the middle portion of the month. And then we have the third of a third, the final third, like the last 10 days of the month is depicted down here in this bottom row. So your first card, how you're starting off the month, King of Cups. I like it. King of Cups is stoic. King of Cups is emotionally balanced. It's an individual who has control of their emotions in very stressful situations. You would never know looking at a King of Cups if they're happy or if they're sad. They tend to be very stoic and they give a very calming appearance to all. This is being clarified by the Seven of Cups, which is interesting. In the original Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot deck, the Seven of Cups depicts someone who has lots of options and choices. They're not sure which direction to go in. They can get a little lost in delusion land. I usually say that's the card of illusion, confusion, and delusion, because sometimes we become spoiled for choice, and that clouds our judgment, right? This is Neptune and Pisces energy here. However, in the After Tarot deck, the individual has selected their choice. So I feel like, again, whatever this change is for you, you have lots of different options or choices to make, different directions you can go in, but you're beginning the month already emotionally disconnecting from one particular pathway here. You have selected the path that you want. You're not fully moving towards it, but you've made up your mind in respect to the trajectory of your life for now, right? We can always change things in the future. But from whatever choices you've had, you appear to have narrowed them down to one. However, being represented here as the King of Cups, you're not letting anyone know that you've even made this choice. You're keeping it really to your chest or to your vest. We then have the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups energy, one, could be yours. You could be feeling, because King of Cups being masculine and Queen of Cups being feminine. So you could be starting off the month feeling very emotionally balanced with this decision that you made. Your divine feminine and divine masculine energy within you is balanced. The Queen of Cups in this card is depicting an individual holding two cups, very balanced, right, at the same equal height to the other. So you could be feeling very confident in the decision that you made. And because you are so confident, you're no longer internally conflicted. And I say that because in the original Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot deck, the Five of Wands actually depicts people fighting. And in this type of reading, I would normally associate that with you having a lot of internal conflict regarding this decision. But you actually, in the After Tarot deck, there is no conflict. There is no fighting. So for those of you where you're resonating as both the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups, I feel like this is you saying, I've made up my mind. I'm not going to tell many people. Some of you, you're not going to tell anyone at all. And I'm no longer internally conflicted. I feel this direction is the best one for me. For others of you, this could signify an individual who is helping you make this choice. This person is, in that case, in complete alignment and agreement with you. They're not battling you on this, and you're not battling them. So for some of you, you quote unquote have a partner in crime. For others of you, this could be what you're moving towards. So whatever it is that you're leaving behind, this would be what you're moving towards. This would be the situation, environment, or connection that you feel would be emotionally pleasing to you. And you feel that this situation, environment, or connection would welcome you in without an issue. So you take that how it resonates to you. But the decision that you've made is narrowed down. And the one thing you all have in common is you're feeling more emotionally balanced because you've made this decision. Now we have the King of Swords to the Hierophant. The King of Swords is your energy here. Your energy here is saying, I'm okay with this decision. I see things very clearly, very black and white. I'm very balanced. I know the facts of the situation, and I know what direction I want to go in. And this new direction, I feel, Hierophant, aligns with my views, aligns with my mission, aligns maybe with my life purpose. If this is an individual, like, whether you're single or you're choosing between two, this would be the individual that you feel is best aligned with you, or you feel like you have shared morals or shared relationship goals with this individual. For others of you, this a Hierophant could signify the business change that you're making. Maybe you're leaving a particular industry and you're entering a new one. For others of you, you're making a career change but staying within the same industry. This could also, in a career and finance reading, the Hierophant could be maybe you're making the decision to open up your own business. For others of you, you're already in a connection and you're deciding now to take it to a higher level of commitment. So again, what this decision is different for all of you. The one thing you all have in common, you've made a decision, you can see it clearly, you feel more emotionally balanced now. It's kind of like, okay, I got that tough decision out of the way. Now I can roll forward into making that dream or that goal a reality. And you're very rooted in this, right? The Hierophant is someone who's, I believe what I believe and I know what I know now, and I'm unshakable. So this decision is not one that other people will be able to like change your mind on or persuade you from. You're definitely like moving on to a different life path here. The Eight of Cups now is flanked by two very interesting cards here. On the left, you have the High Priestess, and that is clarified by the Seven of Wands. Now, the High Priestess talks about your intuition. Again, for a lot of you, you're feeling intuitively guided to go in this direction. There's that little voice inside of you that's saying, Aries, this is the right way. Come this way. And so in that respect, that inner voice is almost like your direct line to the divine, if you want, telling you it's okay to go on this path. You are universally or divinely supported in this new path that you want to take. For others of you, the High Priestess could indicate, again, that you're keeping it a secret, right? You're not telling many people and you're very stoic on the exterior about this decision, at least when it comes to the middle portion of the month. It's like you're not quite ready to tell everyone. And the reason why you're not quite ready to tell everyone right around the June 15th mark here is because you don't want any arguments. In the original Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot deck, the Seven of Wands is an individual who, I draw a line in the sand and these are my boundaries, or this is the decision I have made and I'm prepared to defend it at all costs, right? We see 6 wands poking up at the individual on that card. But in the After Tarot deck, people have breached that. And so there is fighting and you are standing your ground. So I think that's why, at least until the middle portion of the month, you're not telling many people about this decision. And that's because you're trying to avoid any type of like fighting or disagreements with individuals, because you know that there is someone or maybe even a group of people who won't be 100% pleased about this particular decision or pathway that you're taking. This is then clarified on the other side by the Eight of Wands. So I do believe for most of you, you're doing this with another individual. And this is why I'm kind of leaning in that direction. And look, this could be a spouse helping you out with launching a business, right? This could be you leaving one partnership for another. This could be you being single, but now you've decided to enter the dating pool. You're not going to tell a lot of people about it because you don't want the confrontation, right? Maybe family and friends won't completely agree with you. They don't think you're quote unquote healed yet. So for a lot of you, you know, for most of you, what you're doing behind the scenes and you're doing it quietly. And I want to say like 70% of you, you're doing it with someone else, whether this is a business partner, a friend, a family member, or a lover who's helping you with this. So before you make this big announcement to everyone that, hey, this is the direction I'm going in, or this is the life path that I've decided to take, you will start speeding up, moving towards whatever this is. You're moving towards closing out of the old and simultaneously working on the new. And I see that in the last 10 days of the month. So around the 15th, you're done with the past. You haven't told anyone yet. You're still keeping it a secret, but you're going to start working on it. And things are going to start moving very quickly because you are, for most of you, you're working in concert with another individual. In the Hangman energy here, we have the same Hangman that's depicted in the original Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot deck. But in this deck, there's a secondary individual here. So there's someone here who's just as enlightened as you, or who agrees to the path you're taking, or who supports this endeavor that you're starting to build upon or do or expand, or maybe even supports the individual that you're choosing here to be with or to enter a higher level of commitment with. So there is someone here by your side who's on the same page as you, and they're kind of working behind the scenes with you now to start gearing up for the new. The last 10 days of the month, the new is on your doorstep. 3 of Pentacles, you're now working, 1, on your own, and 2, with this other individual, right? Because the 3 of Pentacles is 2 or more people coming together to collaborate on a particular effort or endeavor. So you're definitely starting to work here. While you're working on the new, you are now notifying whomever or whatever it is that you are leaving behind. Maybe you're giving notice to work. Maybe you're telling the landlord you're canceling the lease. You know, maybe you're signing, if you're selling a home, this could be you signing you know, having the closing of the house and signing papers for the official sale. For others of you, this maybe you are proposing to this individual. You take it how it resonates to you, but in the last 10 days of the month, you are working on the new and you are simultaneously closing out the old. So notification, if you will, is being given to the masses, to the world, that, hey, I'm no longer at that job, or maybe even with this individual. You take that, you know, how it resonates. What I like in the After Tarot deck, well, in the original Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot deck, the World card depicts in the corners the 4 signs or symbols of the 4 fixed signs in tarot. But in the After Tarot deck, the images in the corners here have been replaced to signify the 4 aces in tarot. So you have the Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, and Ace of Cups. So you're not only working on the new and closing out the old, you're rapidly manifesting the new. So now it's no longer a hope, a wish, a dream, a manifestation. You're using all 4 aces to close one out and launch into the new. So I believe that the final 10 days of the month will probably be extremely active for you. You then have the Wheel of Fortune to the 2 of Swords. I love this. You are in complete alignment with where, I shouldn't say where the universe wants you to be, but where you should be at this stage of the game in your life. So if in the last 10 days you feel like maybe I misstepped, maybe I started this too late, maybe I started this too early, don't doubt or hesitate yourself. With that Wheel of Fortune card, I feel like you are right in sync with the divine for this next chapter in your life. And you know this actually, because the 2 of Swords card is the moon in Libra. And that's all about fairness and equality. That's what Libra stands for. It's represented in tarot by the Justice card. So whatever doubts or fears in this last 10 days that you may have, I think they're quickly resolved, because in the After Tarot deck, the individual no longer has a decision to make. They're no longer holding the swords. Other people can fight out for that job or fight. It's kind of like you're like, I'm not even going to fight about this. I've told everyone this is the direction I'm going in. I've announced it to the world, and I'm now working and manifesting on the new. And in that respect, you're right to not engage in any kind of confrontations or squabbles, and certainly don't allow people who are disagreeing with you to like get in your head or make you doubt yourself at this point. I feel like that's just a little added message there for you. And then we have the 9 of Wands to the 4 of Pentacles. This is why I feel like it's going to take probably a week from when you tell people until they actually maybe start going, oh my God, are you serious? Oh my God, you can't be launching your own business. Oh my God, you're getting a divorce. Oh my God, you're getting married. Holy crap, you're picking up all your bags and you're moving to Rome, Italy. Because other people maybe aren't as enlightened as this individual who's helping you, they're not understanding why you're making this decision. And truth be told, they don't really need to know. And for the ones who do, their opinion doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, this is your life. You have decided to move in a particular direction. I would not allow these people to weigh you down. The 9 of Wands card is an individual, or the energy of an individual. I'm doing the same thing every day and I'm tired. I didn't win, I didn't lose, but I'm going to persevere and I'm going to keep moving forward. I feel that for some of you, this may have to do with the conflict of other people, because the card that precedes this, in the After Tarot deck, is the 2 of Swords. So it's like, you're not fighting it out, right? Nope, I don't want to hear it. You guys can fight it out or talk about it or commiserate over my decision. Like, I don't want to be part of it. But I do feel like it may actually take a toll on you, because you might feel like, oh my God, am I really making the decision? I can't believe that I've been doing this for the last week or the last month. There could be some doubt here. But again, I feel like it won't last very long. So if I had to put a time on this, I would probably say from the announcement, because this is all going to transpire in the last 10 days, it'll probably only be the last 3 days of the month. So, I mean, what are we talking about? June 28th, 29th, 30th, something like that would probably be the time where you're going to feel maybe a little mental fatigue, but that's because you're being bombarded by a person or people who, they just don't agree with this decision that you're making. And again, that's on them. That's not your problem. What I liked is that this card now is being clarified by the 4 of Pentacles, which in the After Tarot deck is actually showing the Grim Reaper from the Death card. So I think you're going to release the doubts or fears or anything like that. And I think you're just going to move forward. And I love where you're headed. We're looking at June here. And June, you have the Page of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles. You will be making slow and steady progress towards something that is stable, something that your heart is open to. This is something that you love, and this is something that you can see long-term growth with. That 10 of Pentacles could apply to love. It could apply to money. It could apply to both. You take it how it resonates to you. I don't know what life change you're making, but I know you're starting off the month of July, moving towards this ever so slowly. And I like that you're at page level here with that Page of Cups, because it's telling me that you're really going to take your time here and dot your I's and cross your T's, because you love the path that you're on so much. It's almost like, I don't want to F it up, and I want long-term sustainable results with whatever this is. So I love that you're doing that. I typically don't clarify going out into June, but this Eight of Swords makes me feel like you might be pulled back into a little bit of drama towards the latter part of July. So, because this is looking out into July. So I do want to clarify that 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 Eight of Swords. Why is the Eight of Swords here for late July? Why is the Eight of Swords here? I just saw Temperance. So again, I think anything that's happening, I do think you're going to be able to like quiet the mind, especially seeing that Temperance card. But let's get one more shuffle here, please, and thank you. The Eight of Swords, the Hierophant. Yeah, I think you're going to rebalance yourself here. So if anyone is getting in your head, you're going to double check with yourself at that point, and you're going right back basically to the beginning of June when you're like, nope, I'm making the right decision. I know what I know, right? This is the direction I want to go in. So I like that you'll be rechecking in with yourself and not letting the noise of the outside world get to you. We have the Five of Pentacles, and we have the King of Swords. So I'm going to throw this out there for one of you watching, and this has come up in the collective readings. The Hierophant is representing the person, place, or thing that you're walking away from, and you're seeing it very clearly. So that King of Swords to the Hierophant here is kind of like a twofold message here. One, yes, you're very rooted in this new direction. Two, I also think you're seeing this very clearly, that you no longer want to be on this path or at that job or with that person. So when you get to approximately the last 10 days of July, that is going to show itself again. That person, place, or thing is kind of coming around the block here. And the reason why they're coming around the block is at that point it's going to really hit them that you're no longer working there or working with them or in a relationship with them, or you really are ending the marriage for those of you who are doing that. So I do see that individual or entity coming back around again because they're feeling left out in the cold or abandoned. This person is still having difficulty understanding why you no longer want to work there or work with them or partner with them or be with them, like if this is a person. So they are coming in for some clarity or closure. If this is an employment situation, this could be the former boss now coming back around a month later, asking you for like any paperwork that you have. Or again, I just kind of feel like in that respect, they would be reaching out to you and saying like you would have to return back, I don't know, badges or something like that maybe belongs to the company, laptop, cell phone, stuff like that. It could be like the final cleanup. But during that conversation where they're asking for the final cleanup, they're also expressing to you their remorse or regret that you're no longer working with them. And if this is a lover that you're leaving, same thing. You could be receiving some type of communication from them in the latter part of July, or maybe they want to collect their items. If this is a marriage, this could be a discussion regarding resolution of joint properties. But again, during that conversation, they will be telling you that they're displeased with the decision you have made to end the relationship. I don't see it as being aggressive. The Knight of Swords in this deck is actually a very peaceful knight. And with that Five of Pentacles, whoever this person is, I don't feel like I don't get any aggression over this. However, when they explain to you how displeased they are with your decision, I think that's what puts you in the Nine of Swords there for a while. But again, I see you quickly going back to, nope, I've made the right decision. In the After Tarot deck, first 10 days of July, we have the 10 of Wands. 9 of the Wands are on the ground. Those 9 wands where I felt tired, I felt fatigue, I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. Yeah, by the time your first 10 days, those 9 wands are on the ground. You are holding the Ace of Wands and you're moving forward in whatever this new creative or passionate endeavor is for you. We then have the Queen of Swords. Again, you're seeing things very clearly. Your hand is out forward. I'm here. And this is, again, a little bit of that conversation with that Hierophant, because in your readings, that I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but that King or Queen of Pentacles consistently comes up. So the former boss, the business partner, the lover, the spouse, this would be a discussion between you and them. Again, this is, I can't believe how like 2 separate decks of cards are showing basically the exact same thing. So I would prepare in the last 10 days of July to have a conversation with this individual. Again, they're just not quite understanding why you called it over and you've moved on in a different direction. If this is a person that you're leaving behind, There's one thing that they want to know. Remember when I said you're starting the beginning of the month being very stoic, right? I've made a decision. I no longer want to be with this person, or maybe you've had to and you're leaving this person for someone else. When you get to July, when this person the person you're leaving comes around again, and I want to say whether this is career and finance or platonic or romantic, whoever that person is, when they come back around again, they're going to want to know, yes, you have to return this, or what about the distribution of property, right? If it's a divorce or something like that. But they want to know, when did you know that it was over? And you can answer that, or you don't have to answer that. But they want to know. Remember, you started off the month, King of Cups, very stoic. I made my decision, but I'm not telling anyone. They want to know when you made the decision. They want to know, when did you call it over up here in your head? When did you decide to leave them behind and move towards something new? And again, you don't have to give that explanation if you don't want to, but just know that that is something that they will be asking about when they're telling you to either divide these assets or return back company property, and they're telling you, how displeased they are with your decision. They're also going to throw in, when did you know? When did you know you were going to launch your own business? When did you know that you were leaving our company? When did you know that you were leaving this relationship? So I would get prepared ahead of time for that. Let's get you oracle cards, and we'll close it out with some kippers. Not too bad on timing. Let's get 3 oracle cards here for Aries. First 10 days, middle of the month, and then the final 10 days of the month. First 10 days, please, for Aries. Middle of the month for Aries, and final 10 days. Oh, thank you. Okay, first 10 days. Take a divinely guided chance. Oh my God, you can't make it up. And you can't make it up. All positive change and successful ventures involve a degree of risk, a degree of chance. And you're ready to follow your divine guidance to this new territory. As you leave behind that which is comfortable and familiar, you will realize it is no longer appropriate for you. And you will now make room for the new and for more meaningful opportunities that lie ahead of you. And look, in this card, there's 2 people. I'm telling you, some of you, you're doing this with someone. Again, business partner, associate, friend, family member, lover. I love that. Look at that for your top row. Middle of the month, deservingness. You are a beloved child of God, and like everyone else, you deserve to receive the support that will allow you to focus upon your new life's purpose. See, I'm telling you, most of you are going to have someone here by your side. Even if you can't yet recognize your lovable qualities, trust that God and the angels can help you see just how amazing you truly are. Yes, is God with you during that time of transition and all of that? Yeah, but I'm telling you, you have someone here that's helping you. Final 10 days. Exercise to increase your energy and manifestation abilities. Remember, I said you might feel a little fatigue from, the barrage of people saying, I can't believe you're doing this. So the key to manifesting quickly, I did say you'd be manifesting. The key to manifesting quickly is to have a very high energy level. And the easiest way to increase that is through physical exercise. So choose a fun, meaningful activity so that you can look forward to, and that it becomes part of your routine and a reward as well. So yeah, maybe that last 10 days in a month, you want to start implementing something like that, some kind of exercise, even if it's just like 10 or 15 minutes a day, whether that's a walk, meditation, even. I know it's not an exercise, but that will help you clear your mind as well. Let's get 3 more oracle cards now, please, from this deck for Aries. I like this a lot. I like this. And what you're leaving behind, or whomever you're leaving behind, you're never going back. It's done. You may have to wrap up some things, but it's in the After Tarot deck, it's done as done. There is no going back. All right, 3 oracle cards here for Aries. First 10 days, please, for Aries. I thought we were going to have a flipper there. Let me do that again. I felt like that might be a flipper. Okay. First 10 days for Aries, please. Thank you. Middle of the month for Aries. Thank you. Final 10 days for Aries. Thank you. All right. Your first 10 days. Inner strength. Move back to wholeness. Recognize that you have the power to make this change. I'm telling you, chance, change. Go for it, Aries. Middle portion of the month, light activation. Shine your light. Your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear. You're on the right path. I'm telling you. Bottom. I was going to say bottom 10 days. Final 10 days. I'm so excited for you. I can't even speak. Awakening presence. The universe is with you now. Wear a cloak of protection and love. Remember I said some people might not like what you're doing. You might want to get some kind of like evil eye protector. Oh, I don't have mine here. What did I do with it? Oh, it's on the other desk. Okay. They're little round evil eye protectors. You could buy them in a pack of 6 on Amazon, and I'll post a link pinned to your video if you want to buy it. I don't make any money selling them, but I do have one on every floor of my house, in my purse, in my car. I've given one to my boo and a couple of my friends. It will help ward that off. You can also get black obsidian stone, fairly inexpensive on Amazon for like $5 or $6 a stone. And again, you might want to have something like that in your home as well. And if you're opening up a business, I would probably keep those at that place, because again, I feel like whatever you're leaving might be throwing a little daggers at you as they see you launching into the new, whatever that new is for you. Okay, we're going to get 2 Kipper cards here for each row, and then we're going to close out your reading. Aries Collective, I think this is the final shift for the Aries Collective, actually, Sun, Moon, and Rising placements. Most individuals of your sign started the move last June 2024. So I kind of feel like for those of you where life got in the way, or you, for whatever reason, weren't able to make the shift, I do think June is the time where you're mentally, and then by the latter part of the month, most of you even physically making that move. Let's get 2 Kipper cards here for the first 10 days. Thank you. It's the pathway card. That's like the Fool card. Yep. And the Coffin card. I'm telling you, you're on a whole new path. This is the second or third kind of death card that you have here. You're on a whole new path because your past is over. It's done. That's the decision that you're making. I'm closing out the old, moving towards the new. And Lover's card, bottom of the deck. Yeah, it's a choice you're making. You're not being forced into this. This is a choice you're making. Middle portion of the month. Thank you. Okay, thank you. We have main female is sideways. This does not have to be a feminine, but it would represent the individual or entity that you're leaving behind. I feel like it's sideways because they may know, they may not know. This, maybe you're just telling that person, but you're going to wait another week until like you announce to everyone. So let's say that you are moving towards leaving a partner. You might tell that partner, right? Give them the courtesy, obviously, of letting them know. And then maybe the week after is when you're telling family and friends. So it's like not everybody knows yet, or you're giving your notice to your job, but you're not letting everyone know that you just gave notice to your job, at least not immediately. So I feel like whomever, whatever it is you're leaving, you're going to give them the courtesy of letting them know first before you let everyone else know. And then we have great fortune in the reverse. Yeah, I think that's done. Like that well is dry. I hate to say that. And that's why you're not going back to whomever, whatever that is. Let's get 2 cards here for the final 10 days for Aries. Final 10 days for Aries. I didn't notice at the bottom of that deck says, move into your true self. Rise above the darkness. The light is here. You have mature woman. I think that's now what you're... Oh, look, 2 cards are there. Mature woman, courthouse. Yeah, this is a... Let me explain. So you're leaving behind what was the main female or the main job or the main person. You're now moving towards the new job or the new person, okay? Courthouse. For some of you, this could just signify this is a soul contract that you are now breaking and severing. For others of you, you very well could be making some legal things here, final, like if you work at a job where maybe there was something contractual, you could be wrapping up all of that stuff until you can start the next job. For others of you, you very well now could be filing for a divorce, right? I've notified my spouse that I'm getting a divorce, and then I'm actually going to file the paperwork and have them served. Could be something like that for some of you. If you're a cross watcher, please don't automatically assume that Aries is leaving you in the last 10 days and you're getting served. I think you would know by now if your marriage is, on the rocks. So only take that if it resonates to you. It is a collective reading. And then you have, in the reverse came out, expectation. So whatever expectation this person had or this entity had that, oh, you may change your mind, right? Because you're going to notify them first. And then it's like this person's waiting. Look, same hairdo and everything. So this is the person you're notifying. They could be masculine or feminine. And then they were expecting you to come back around like, I changed my mind. You're not changing your mind. You're killing, death card, you're killing their expectations. Bottom of the deck, child, which is kind of like the Fool card, Empress energy here as well. You are birthing an entirely new chapter of your life. Mature man. I think this is what you're either moving towards, like a more mature job, a more mature maybe employment setting. For others of you, this could be the individual that you're moving towards, right? The mature man and a mature woman. So you swap around those genders how you see fit. I don't regender. And then I love the final third card here. We have unexpected income. So whatever you're leaving behind, there was no longer any fortune there, whether that's emotional or financial, etc. But the new that you're moving towards, I think you're going to be, or you will be, like unexpectedly surprised that this ends up bearing more financial and emotional fruit for you than whatever it is here that you're leaving behind. So that is what I have for you, Aries. The last group of the Aries collective is well on their way to making a monumental shift. I'm really proud of you. I wish you good luck on this new chapter of your life. If you like this message, it resonates for you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace.